We're all out of muesli. Can you get some today?
You want out, you get it yourself.
Mum's on strike. What do you mean? She's got one on her because Carl Fogarty's kicked her out of saddle. He's dumped you?
No, he hasn't dumped me. No thanks to you two.
What have we done?
Oh, only made him feel about as welcome as a red at Main Road, that's all. He did not dump me. I asked him to move in and he said no, so I hope you're dead pleased with yourself.
Hang on. It's now to do with us who don't fancy enough to shack up with you.
It's now to do with fancying. It's you two. Always taking sarky pot shots at him. Do you know, I must have been mad to have even asked him. It'd be like moving in at Hell House.
Yeah. Dennis could have been that thing in the cellar. You mean the blobby wet Weatherfield? Oh, come on, Mum. We're only having a laugh.
Yeah, whose expense?
He's not even here.
That's not the point. You just can't let it alone, can you?
Why should we? I mean, what sort of a bloke is he if he can't hack a bit of humour?
Maybe he's a bloke with feelings.
Oh, what's more like? What's there at Weatherfield?
Right, that's it. I like Dennis, and a lot more than I care for you two right now. I'm going to work.
Yes. Result.
Yeah, but it's not just Eileen I'm moving in with, is it? It's her two lads and all. And to be honest, Les, I'm not exactly flavour of the month with them. I said no.
You what? Listen, if Eileen's the one for you, you don't want to let a couple of kids get in the way. You've got to show 'em who's boss.
Yeah, and what good is that going to do? It'd be like living in a blooming minefield. I'd be waiting for one or the other of them to go off. I've even come up in a rash. I'm that worked up. What'd it be like if I moved in?
Don't go filling yourself up on butties, you. You're round ours tonight.
Well, if you're sure, yeah.
Of course I'm sure. Maria's a brilliant cook.
But it's just that, you know, gooseberries aren't much fun, are they?
We're not having gooseberries, we're having spaghetti bolognese.
No, I meant me. It's like you and Maria, and then me on my own. I don't want to get away, mate.
Well, you can bring someone if you want, that's cool.
Trouble is, I can't find anyone to take.
Get out of it. You're the Python, you must have them fighting over you, man.
Well, when I was on stage, maybe, only I'm not now, am I? And it's like, I don't have my Python stage persona to hide behind.
From what I've heard, it didn't hide much anyway.
Is it your turn for the school run this morning, then?
No, Sally's sister's ill, so I'm just standing in as a make-do mum.
Oh, and is he doing a good job of it?
Yep. He's taking us for burgers after school.
Is he? Well, you certainly know your way to a little girl's heart. How come they're not staying with Kevin while Sally's away?
It's only for a few days. I can manage.
Oh, well, I'm sure you can. Oh, they look in good hands to me.
Well, we better get back anyway.
See you. Bye. Bye.
Roy and Hayley are a well-balanced couple with a stable home life and mature attitudes, offering much of benefit to a child. That's us, well-balanced and mature.
Yes, it does make us sound a little bit like a bottle of very expensive wine, though.
Offering much of benefit to a child, Roy.
Yes, I have to admit it is encouraging. It's what we've waited a long time to hear.
So this is it? We're nearly there? After all these months of questions and more questions?
Yes, well, we still have the panel to get past. I don't want you getting your hopes up.
No, you're right.
I mean, I don't mean to be unduly pessimistic, but encouraging though Mr. Hartnell's report is, I can't help the feeling that the worst might be yet to come.
Well, I hope these help to soothe your throat a bit, Emily.
Yes, well, I do hope so, because there's a meeting I have to go to tonight. Oh. Anyway, did you have a nice evening with Anthony last night?
Yes, lovely. But Amanda was waiting when we got back.
Whatever for?
Well, to put it bluntly, to warn me off. I know she wants me out of Anthony's life, so she's going to do anything in her power to make sure she succeeds.
Oh, and what did Anthony say?
Well, he doesn't know.
You didn't tell him?
Well, how could I? If he confronts her, she'll only deny it, and where does that leave me?
Well, I suppose it'd be a question of who would Anthony believe?
Well, what you mean is him deciding between me and his daughter. Well, I don't want that.
Hiya.
Yeah.
Pint of lemonade, please.
I want the odd stuff, eh?
Well, I've got a gearbox change this afternoon. Got to have a clear head for one of them.
Gina, can you come in early tonight? There's some bottles come in, need putting in the fridge.
Sorry, it's my night off, remember?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Still, Toy's covering for you, isn't she?
No, it's my night off and all.
What are you talking about? It can't be.
Well, have a look for yourself. It's on the rota.
Anyway, you're not going to be doing much, are you? Sitting out back. May as well be in here earning.
No, I've made plans.
Like what?
She's coming round to ours for dinner.
Oh, really? Very exciting. Very Raymond Blanc, I'm sure.
Well, that's where I'll be. So you also have to manage with Betty. Oh, cheers, Tyrone. You live here and he thinks he owns you.
Out for a mate.
Trouble is, I'm still going to have to find somewhere to go.
Well, that's no problem.
Large Scotch, please, Gina, and whatever Dev's having.
Cheers.
Dinner tonight, then, my son?
Yeah, I hope you don't mind.
Well, I suppose there are worse things than getting to know one's neighbour. Oh, listen, what was it Linda was telling me? You own, what was it, 7 shops?
Oh, yeah, I mean, last time I counted.
Hey, that's the sort of money that buys Dougie's place for cash, eh?
No, that was an investment.
Yeah, you made a nice little profit, I hear. I'm impressed.
He wasn't.
I'll tell you what, if Dougie was half the businessman he thought he was, he wouldn't have to sell his house in the first place.
No, that, my son, is a fact.
Oh, cheers, Tyler. Here's the money.
Ah, to money. Cheers.
Dennis, pass us that 10 milli spanner, will you? Dennis, you awake?
Oh, sorry, mate. This is blinking rash.
Rash? Let's have a look.
What for?
Show us.
Well, it's stress and nerves or something.
Maria's got one.
Does she get nerves?
I don't think so.
Neither do I.
And Sam's got one and all.
Joking. Hey, I tell you what. I had this mate, right, and he worked in this hotel, and all the guests got this rash, because the manager was using dodgy soap.
What are you doing?
Oi. Hey, does that smell right to you?
Hey, that's when it all started, when I sent Sam to get some from Danny.
No, that's not it. Why's Maria got the rash and you haven't?
Well, my mum always said her skin was as thick as rhino hide, and mine must be the same. But Maria got it when we were... I'll kill that flaming Danny. What's where you going?
Off for a run, are we, son?
Yeah.
All settled in our new home, I bet. My mate Dennis, he hasn't got a home. Not a proper one.
So?
You see, before me and our Janice took him in, he was living in the back of a van. So some toe rag nicked it.
Yeah, well, thanks to the history lesson.
It was still a home of his own. And a man's entitled to that. He's got another chance now. A chance of another home. Without water in the pipes, instead of antifreeze.
Are you on something or what?
He could make a good home with Eileen. But you and your brother are nicking it from him. Just like that no-good, nothing scumbag what nicks his van.
It's our home, not his.
And she wants him in it, with her. What about how she feels? Doesn't that matter? Struggling to bring you two up on her own. Doesn't she deserve a good bloke alongside? To give her a bit of comfort, a helping hand?
We don't want to play happy families with strange blokes.
If you give Dennis half a chance, he wouldn't be a stranger, would he? So I'm telling you, you stay off his back. Give him and your mum a break.
Yeah? Or what?
You're not listening, are you, son? Or maybe something else might get a break. All right?
I've been looking for you all over.
Why, what's up?
This stuff. Ought to have health warning on it.
It has. Look, do not take internally.
Yeah, well, it should have one where you say don't put it on your hands.
What are you talking about?
Dennis and Sam have both had rashes off this, and now Maria's got one.
How's she got it on her?
Never you mind. All you need to know is this stuff nearly cost us our engagement. So you can kiss goodbye to us ever buying anything from your poxy shop.
Hiya, Gina, give me your coat.
Oh, Ta. Hey, it's a good thing we didn't have confetti. It's freezing outside.
Mike, pour him a couple of whiskies.
Already done.
I brought a couple of bottles, and in case you're wondering, these are not from the shop.
Oh, so I see. Thank you very much. Here.
Something smells delicious.
Thanks to the caterers. They're exclusive.
Very expensive takeaway, if you ask me.
I didn't hear you volunteering to cook.
Well, it was your idea, remember? Not that you're not both very welcome.
Cheers.
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 Thank you. And thank you, Linda, for inviting us.
Oh, no trouble at all. You're neighbours now. You need to know where to come for a cup of sugar.
What, with all them shops? If he's short of a cup of sugar or a loaf of bread, I won't put him down.
Very well said. Excuse me a minute. Was it 7 shops?
Well, yeah, you know, at the moment.
Oh, thinking of expanding?
Well, you know what it's like, mate. You don't want to keep still for too long.
Yep, you're right. Looking after a business is like looking after yourself. You've got to keep trim and on the move. Hey, do you play golf?
They seem to be getting on fine. Oh, yeah. Business and golf. Tonight's really going to go with the swing.
So I says to that, Danny, I says,
All right, that's enough.
if you think we're buying out of you or your poxy shop, you've got a right shot coming to you.
So what did Danny say then?
Well, no, didn't give him a chance.
Well, listen, Tyrone, I've been meaning...
Oh, that'll be Tyre. I'll get it.
Toya?
Well, yeah, she kind of needed somewhere to go like a favour.
We're having spaghetti bolognese, but Tyrone's told me you're a vegetarian, so I've got some of that veggie meat, if that's OK.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, hiya.
Hiya.
Did Tyrone not tell you Sam was coming round as well?
Sorry, slipped my mind.
More the merrier.
Well, that's that sorted. So, what was you going to say, Sam?
What? Oh, it don't matter.
So, have you had any more thoughts about Amanda?
Oh, I've hardly thought about aught else all morning. You see, I can see her point of view. To a point, at least. But I doubt if she'll ever accept mine. She's not interested in hearing it. So, looks like we're stuck.
But surely she should be talking to Anthony.
Oh, she's done that. Giving it up is a bad job. Tackling me is a fresh approach.
So the question is still, do you tell him?
Oh, there you are. Can I join you?
Well, actually, I ought to be going.
Oh, well, not on my account.
Oh, no. I'm due at a Hospital League of Friends meeting. Bye.
Bye for now, Emily. Bye.
Rita, can I get you another drink?
No, sit down first, Anthony. I want to talk to you.
What about?
Amanda.
Look, I know what you're going to say, but don't worry. There'll be no more tricks like that, I can assure you.
Can you? She seems very determined.
Well, she's very stubborn, but her bark is very much worse than her bite.
I understand you're a great mate of Harvey Rubin.
Yeah, cheers. Well, we know each other, you know, he uses the same gym, but I got to know him through his old man.
Well, that old duffer. How come?
The rag trade. How else do you get to know the Rubens?
What on earth have you got to do with the rag trade?
Well, for a while I worked with my uncle in Birmingham. You know, he's one of the biggest importers of Indian silk in the UK. He supplies people across the country.
Oh, some of them Indian fabrics are gorgeous.
Yeah, some of them work through with real gold thread. It's exquisite stuff.
Hey, Mike, maybe we should be thinking of starting a new line.
Oh, you got to be kidding. Do you think I'd let my lot get their hands on something worked with gold? It's bad enough stopping them going home with more knickers than they arrived in.
Get away.
Honest. And you always know when they've been nicking bras, because they come in saggy and they go home pert.
Listen, even so, listen. If you're ever thinking of using silk, you just let me know.
So you reckon you could cut me a good deal with your uncle, do you?
Oh, yeah, I should say so. I bought into that business a couple of years back.
Dev, you're going to run out of fingers with all these pies.
No, listen, Uncle Renzi, he still runs things, OK? Me, I'm just an investor, but when we can, we like to keep things in the family. You know what that's like, Mike, OK? One day you want to hand everything over to your son. What's his name, Mark, is it?
No, I don't think so.
My dad said he would go to leave me everything. I told him he can pay off his lucky bills himself.
Hiya, Dennis, lad.
Right. Where have you been all evening?
Walking, thinking.
Dangerous occupation is that. You might clock on to something you hadn't bargained for. Best have a couple of pints. Forget all about it.
Up and you're right, yeah. Same for me, Crusher. Dennis is buying.
Why is that?
Because I've sorted your problems, mate. Them 2 lads of Eileen's. I've had a word with them. Well, one of them, any-road.
You've done what?
I told him they'd got a proper home. I said, whereas all you've got is our Toya's old bed and memories of a camper with no MOT. I told them to be charitable.
You did?
Oh, and I also told them how they owed it to their mum, seeing as how she was hard up for a fella.
I've got to go and sort it out.
It's not to sort out, it's sorted. You just can't help some people enough.
You paying for these then, are you?
Well, the final decision, of course, will be down to the panel after they've read and digested Mr. Hartnell's report.
And that's why he rang. Well, we knew that already.
Yeah, but we will have a chance to address the panel if we want. State our case, as it were.
Well, Mr. Hartnell told us that weeks ago, don't you remember, Rob? Any road, don't fret. Panel won't be meeting until next month. We've got plenty of time to practice.
No, that's the point, you see, we don't. The panel's meeting earlier than expected, scheduling difficulties or some such.
Well, how much earlier?
Friday.
Oh, well, that was brilliant, Maria. Cheers.
Oh, thanks. But you don't have to be Delia Smith or anything to read what it says on the side of a tin.
Yeah, we've still got to know what you're doing. It wasn't until the first time my mum went in prison and I was in children's home that I found out beans weren't supposed to be black on one side.
So how come you're a vegetarian then, Toya?
Well, it's mostly down to my old boyfriend, Spider. He's in India now.
He was dead weird, him.
Tyrone?
Well, you have no wigwam?
It was a TP. I don't suppose there's much chance of you turning veggie, eh, Sam? Not with all that lugging iron.
Hey?
At the gym.
Oh, pumping iron.
Yeah, don't them bodybuilders have to eat loads? It's something like a gallon of milk a day and a steak for breakfast, isn't it?
Steak for breakfast? Oh, I could handle that.
Yeah, not if I'm cooking, you won't. You can build yourself up on cornflakes.
Right, it's not like that anymore. I mean, you need a proper diet. I mean, yeah, you bulk up when you're training in the off-season, but when you're getting ready for a competition, you really have to cut out the calories to get ripped.
What's ripped?
Well, it's when you lose all your body fat to get better muscle definition. I mean, it's a science. I mean, people think bodybuilders are thick, but they're not.
I never thought you were thick.
Cheers.
Yeah, well, I certainly wouldn't have you for me phone a friend.
I thought I should come over. Apparently Les has been shooting his mouth off at the lads.
I've not said out. What about?
Me. He's been telling them they should give me a chance.
Good old Les.
No, I don't want Les sticking his oar in. I can solve things for myself, me.
And are you planning on solving things?
Look, Eileen, I've been right wound up all day. Well, ever since I said no to you last night. I've even come up with this rash, which I thought was down to my nerves.
Oh, you poor love.
And I've been thinking, you know, if I am that upset, if I am that worked up about you, then it must mean that you're something really special to me, and I don't want to risk losing that.
Dennis.
And then I got thinking about the boys, and it's not just them giving me a hard time if I move in. I was thinking about I don't want to mess up things between you and them, and then it turns out that the rash isn't nothing to do with my nerves. It's down to some dodgy soap.
Now you've lost me.
Look, I know this isn't logical, but that's just me. All I'm saying is that if the rash is going to get better, then maybe things will get better with the lads. And if you still want me to move in, well, I'll get my bags.
I think we should wait till your rash heals.
Fair enough, right.
Come here.
Yeah, I'm really sorry Tyrone didn't tell you Sam was coming. He can be so dopey sometimes.
No, I've had a good night. To be honest, I always thought blokes like Sam were a bit thick and full of themselves, but he's not full of himself at all. He's all right.
Had a great night, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, it's been a good laugh, hasn't it?
I reckon you're well in with Toya.
Look, I've got to say, about the rash, that grease on it, it wasn't Danny's fault, it was mine.
What are you talking about?
Well, you know when you sent me off to get that tin? Well, I got some cheap stuff from my Uncle Patty. It's all down to me, mate. I'm really sorry.
So you nearly brought me and Maria up, and then you let me go and make a fool out of myself in front of Danny?
Well, I couldn't do out to stop that, mate. I was on a job with Kev, wasn't I?
Well, it's still your fault.
Tyrone, leave off, will ya? Hey, never mind that. Shift that bowl.
And you nearly burnt the flaming house down.
Look, it's not his fault. I must have left the ring on. It's my fault.
Oh, don't go taking the blame for him. He's the one that's got you all having the mange.
Well, I'm really, really sorry, T.
Oh, well, come on, Tyrone. I'm sure he didn't mean it.
I suppose.
Hard feelings, AT?
Nah.
Don't get these out often. Too expensive.
I can tell. Thank you.
Well, if you two are going to start puffing away on them things, I'll be blowed if we're expected to get in the kitchen and start the dishes.
Hey, shows that new dress you bought, one from that dead posh place in town.
Gina, I told Mike that were from Emily's charity shop.
Right, off you go, but you leave the Scotch Breeders.
She is a real live wire.
Yeah, well, she keeps me on my toes, I can tell you. You know, it's been good tonight. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really have.
Yeah, me too, me too. And listen, I'm sorry, OK, if I disturbed old bones when I mentioned your son, Mark.
No, forget it now. It's like you said, old bones, the past, like Mark.
Yeah, well, listen, whatever happened, I hope it sorts itself out.
Don't think we will.
Ah, whatever.
Mind you were right. You know, after all my achievements, the deals, the battle scars, it would be nice to have a son to pass it all on to, keep it going. Because if not, you think, well, was it all worth it?
Well, perhaps there's still time, mate. Hey, you and Linda.
You can't be joking. Me with a newborn? No, I'd like a son. I could take the football, but not one that'd have to take me in a wheelchair.
It's important, though, isn't it? Carrying on that line, that continuity.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's the only bit of immortality we got, isn't it?
What if you had a son? We're just talking now, OK? One you didn't know about.
What? You mean the harvest of my wild oats?
Yeah.
No, that was Mark. If there was any more out there, I'm sure they'd have touched me for a few bob before now.
Right, OK, but what if the mother didn't want you to know?
What do you mean?
Forget it. Forget it. Hey, listen, it's just talk. There's too many of these.
No. I know when it's the drink talking, and I also know when someone's trying to keep something from me.
All right. All right, but you didn't hear this from me, right?
Tell me.
You were married to Ken Barlow's daughter.
Yeah. Susan. But, I mean, what the hell has it got to do with it?
OK, so she got pregnant. She told you that she had an abortion.
How on earth do you know that?
Deirdre. OK, Deirdre told me. She also told me that Susan never had that abortion. She had a son, Mike. Your son.